Today is chapter 9, choose to build diverse friendships. Hey guys, I think diverse friendships, something that we all can grow in, whether it be people of different race, different religion, even from different countries. The relationships that I've made with folks that are from a different place than the one that I'm from have always been very valuable. And it's kind of the point the book's making. It's basically saying, don't judge others, and the differences that there are between you guys or between us and others. Don't let it separate us from loving each other, because in God's eyes, we're all created equal. I just loved this story right here. It actually brought tears to my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys. It's kind of a little bit about, a difference in race, but ultimately it's about reconciliation and asking forgiveness for mistakes we've made. So let me read this out loud. It's super powerful. Okay, so it says, this is the author of the book, one of the authors of the book, Gary Chapman, who's a white guy, Caucasian. He's at a youth camp, and there's a lot of African Americans. I mean, he's like the only white guy there, and he's sharing the gospel. And one of the students there, who's African American, he accepts Jesus, and he started to have a heart change, and so he wants to go and confess his sin. So about stealing, he stole from this shop owner who happened to be an old white guy. So he wants to go confess. So it says, he's asking the youth pastor if he'll go with him. So he says, he asked me if I would go with him to confess his act of stealing. I had no car, so I said, let me talk with the director of the camp and see if he'll give us a car. And if he will, I'll go with you. So the director of the camp was very wise. He encouraged us to make the journey to a little town called Sweetwater, Tennessee. TJ, so that's the black kid here who stole some things, knew where the man lived who owned the store that he stole from. He was a white man. We knocked on the front of the door together. When the man came to the door, TJ said, "You remember 4 years ago when some things were stolen from your store? I was never caught, but I'm the young man who stole those things from you. I have been to the Bible camp this last summer, and I've been a follower of Jesus, and I've become a follower of Jesus, and I am trying to make right the wrongs in my life. So I have come to confess and do whatever I need to do to make things right." The store owner looked at me and said, "And you are?" I said, "I'm a counselor at the Bible camp. I came with TJ because he wanted to confess to you his wrongdoing." The man had been standing behind the screen door, but at that juncture, he walked out onto the porch. He took TJ by the hand and looked him in the eye and said, "Young man, I am a follower of Jesus. I too am a follower of Jesus, and I want to thank you for having the courage to come and confess to me your wrongdoing. And because you have confessed, I want to forgive you, and I want to tell you that I'm proud of you." They hugged each other, and both of them cried, as I did. That's the day I learned how to confess my failures to those I had hurt, and also how to forgive those who have wronged me. It was one of the most important lessons I've ever learned, and one that I hope you learn as well. So the point here was, the white counselor learned from this young African American kid about confessing your wrongs, even if you may face a punishment for it, because it's the right thing to do. So pretty cool. So just those relationships, you can just learn so much from other people. Just because somebody doesn't look like you or wasn't raised the way you were, doesn't mean that you're somehow better than them. We're all equal. Jesus created us all in his image. So to me, that's how we ought to live our lives. I underline this just kind of summary here. We challenge you to make this wise decision of choosing to be brave and not judge people by the way they look. Skin color and hair color are external. We must never forget that all humans are created equal. We have differences, to be sure, but our differences should never divide us. Rather, they should enhance our lives. Nice little summary there.